And we're live. Hey everybody, it is Sunday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Descent. I need to actually hit the start recording button for the footage of Descent for when I do the eventual review later this year. Who knows when, with the schedule slippages being what they are. But I am back from vacation. It has been a while. I hope you're all prepared for Descent. I know I am. I'm prepared for us to die again and again and again.
Let's fucking go!
And joining us this evening, we've got Crimson.
Yo, bitches, I graduate tomorrow! Yay!
We've got Eliza.
I'm hopefully not dying.
We've got Lotus.
Good evening, everyone.
And we got Xandru.
Hello, everybody!
And Zen, I'm assuming, is still in the background with Eliza.
I'm serving Eliza tea. I'm the butler.
There you go. Mega Timmy Tommy, we will get your super chat in a minute. Hope you all had a good last couple of weeks. I'm sorry I was not able to get the Return of the Jedi review out before I went on vacation. So, yeah, that message at the end saying I'm going on vacation, that already happened. I'm back from that.
Jesus, what? Wait, hold on a minute. I have a sound effect for this one. What am I doing?
Get it together, Xandru. Let's go!
There. Sure glad I don't look stupid in this.
That was the wrong one, but good try.
Also, we have
What time is it?
There you go.
Tommy, who says, so I'm going to be getting into Lorcana. Also, congrats, Crimson.
Aw, thanks.
So yeah, I had a good vacation. It was probably something I needed. We had a good time. You scroll down Vega's feed to see some photos of me looking nice for the white party. The beach house with like 40 people, friends of friends and direct friends and then friends of friends, all just uniting together. There were puppers there. There were dogs. There was beachness. I touched the ocean.
My God.
And it threw you out, apparently.
Yes, like aside from the fact the ocean was cold, like the waves were strong enough, just like push it the hell out. The ocean does not want human beings in it. The ocean rejects us, and you know what? That's fair.
Why do you betray me, Ocean? Why do you never answer?
Mostly because of Aquaman, probably.
You know,
the ocean is our friend. It has a lot of great creatures in it, like the octopus.
Oh, it's such a great friend. That's why it kept smashing into me and pushing me out of the water.
Yeah, it also has jellyfish that, like, destroy you with a touch.
Cthulhu was not pleased with you.
Captain Avenger, we will get your super chat in a minute. But yeah, I hope you all had a good time. I'm working on the Invincible Volume 3 review. That is coming along. The script is working. The one work thing, because originally the plan with this was also that this was going to be a working vacation. Because, you know me, I'm a workaholic. So I was going to, like, get some writing done there. I did absolutely zero writing.
Good job, man.
Yep. What I did end up doing, though, I brought along a bunch of Longbox comics, specifically for the purpose of writing up some stuff for Longbox this year. But no, instead, what I did spend time doing was learning how to use Vinci Resolve, because I mentioned this, like, months ago, that I got the full version for my family for Christmas. So I have learned how to use Resolve. I'm getting in the flow of things. Not everything is perfect on it, but but for the most part, I've adjusted it so it works well with my type of thing. My parents are pushing me to try to use the speed editor, which is this little device with like a wheel for turning things and various buttons. I don't see much point that it would be actually any faster, considering it's, buttons are just, I could just assign those on a keyboard. The one thing that I wanted out of a new editing software, though, they don't do, and I'm starting to wonder if anybody does. Like,
Which would be?
I want a keyframe button, like, to assign a keyframe. Now, technically it does have that, but it only if I've already created keyframes. If like for like motion. So for instance, like, I'm moving a comic panel on screen, just doing like vertical or horizontal movement. I want a button to actually start to hit the little indicator button that I'm going to start doing that. I don't need to just like hit it myself, with the mouse. I wanted that for Adobe Premiere. Supposedly that exists in version 5.6. I was stuck on 5.5 until now, because that's the version of the Creative Suite I've had for 15 years. So, I just wanted that function, but no, apparently that's just too advanced a thing. Whereas, and I was like, okay, according to my research, you can do this in DaVinci Resolve, but no, it's a lie. You can do it, but only after you've already, started. You still have to do the mouse click. They mean for other parts, I have to assign a keyframe that way. And it's
Weird.
And it's like, that defeats the purpose. I don't need it at that point because I'm already moving the thing around on the screen, so it automatically creates that. I want to push the button to do it for me right away. For the start. None of these softwares apparently have it just to start the keyframe.
Huh.
On that note, we got Mega Timmy Tommy. I just realized something. We know how Devil Fruit users from One Piece sink in water. Who else sinks in water? Stitch from Leo and Stitch is a Devil Fruit user.
Oh my god.
I'm not familiar with either, so I wouldn't know.
I'm familiar with one of them. Captain Avenger, while you were on vacation, some of the mods may have formed a union, and we may have drunk some of your booze.
And if you want more context for...
to tell anybody!
And if you want the context for that, you can join the Atop Fourth Wall Discord via the Patreon for $1.
I can't believe you told! What the hell?
Also, we have Zach Fett. Really liked the review, though surprised he didn't discuss more opinion-based stuff, like Ewok hate, Lucas's original plans, etc.
There wasn't much I could say for original plans, mostly, just because, like I didn't want to get into the behind-the-scenes drama involving Lucas's wife and how this was originally supposed to lead into a prequel and a sequel trilogy where the Emperor was going to be the final villain for the sequel trilogy. And of course, like the plans for I mentioned briefly like Han Solo and how Harrison Ford kind of wanted to kill him off, but honestly, no, it was the right call to make to let them all live, in my opinion.
And Benjamin Hall says, aren't people in Pokemon themselves Pokemon because of Arceus being God?
It's complicated. Apparently, according to legend, humans and Pokemon used to be the same species, and at some point diverged.
I mean, fair enough. Like, humans are animals in real life.
Hey, Linkara, did you play the Power Rangers video game on Shattered Grid? No, I did not. Maybe at some point. T Elite, we will get your super chat in a minute here. Hey, my question: when is the next History of Power Rangers? If you're expecting me to get mad at that, I stopped getting mad at that when I got the years ago when I got the Patreon goal of having assigned due dates, because like people were asking me that all the time and I didn't have an answer for them. For the simple reason that, it's not my main show. So I stopped being mad about that when I was able to give an answer. And Power Rangers is over with right now, so there is no new one. And the revised ones really have no assigned dates because I keep having to re-upload them to fix content ID issues. So whenever the hell I feel like it is when the next revised one is coming. But in terms of new one, well, you kind of need Hasbro to release a new Power Ranger series, which is looking less and less likely. When isn't the next History of Power Rangers? That's a better answer, Classic Watcher.
Right now.
Ooh, there you go.
There There you go. That's
I just
better
want you to
answer.
make a Mystic Force or whatever. 'Cause
I'll
we're
get the
watching
Mystic
these
Force
solid-
one out. The thing is, the reason I haven't gotten that one out is and I really should focus on it. The problem, of course, being that like we're so behind on the top of the fourth wall stuff. We have like a huge string of Patreon sponsored episodes. People paid for those. Those were extra ones I sold last year because I needed money. So I need to start getting those out and worked on. So. And the history of Power Rangers takes a lot more time and effort to produce. So a revised one, it might not be it might not be this year at all. I want to get it out because I make money with them, but Patreon sponsored reviews take priority, and I gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Yep. And T Elite says, I'm still hoping you cover Splinter of the Mind's Eye because of it being a backup sequel while A New Hope was on filming. It's wild when you look at the parts. Hylia can swim, but Luke can't. Or can't swim, but Luke can.
Yeah, that's weird. I'd have to have like an adaptation of it. I don't know if there is an adaptation. I'm sure there is.
Was there water on Alderaan before it exploded? I don't even remember.
I would hope so.
Yes.
I mean, you see a planet and then it blows up, so like unless you caught some blue in there, who's gonna know?
Yep. I'm more likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the adaptations of the Thrawn trilogy first, and even then, the stuff I have read is not very impressive. Like, I heard that they weren't great adaptations to begin with of the books, but like, I can't imagine a lot of these plot points, justifying being a movie. Like, Thrawn himself is fine, but, like, the actual plot points so far have just been kind of meh. Like, say what you will about the sequel trilogy and and the many problems of Rise of Skywalker, because I'm going to go off on a rant when we get to the comic adaptation of that. It still has an epic feeling to it that makes it feel like a movie, whereas the novels, obviously have more time to do stuff, have different sort of plot points going for them. I don't know if the Thrawn trilogy would necessarily make a good sequel trilogy. But
It makes for a good book, though.
they might make for great novels, but some stuff in novels just does not make for great cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super chats. Mega Timmy Tommy says, I love the part of Power Rangers where they say it's morphin time and they morph all over the place. I mean, that's...
I know you're doing the meme, but like that's exactly what they do.
Comes from. Yeah. And Benjamin Hall says, Luke obviously learned to swim in quicksand.
You don't swim.
Obviously.
The thing is, you don't swim in quicksand. You float. What you do is you distribute your body weight and you just kind of maneuver yourself out. Because the more you fight it, the more it pulls you
You're
down.
an expert on this. Have you been in quicksand?
I have not, but I've studied it because you never know.
I think it's
Fair
just
enough.
a joke on how Luke can swim inexplicably, where they literally need to use moisture evaporators.
Yep. Oh yeah, he swam in the moisture evaporators, no doubt. I mean, we don't know how big those things are.
That's
Pretty
true.
big.
Let's see. The rewatch of the Thrawn trilogy. Some agreeing there's better stories. Luke has the Force, which is another thing. Yep. Hey, Linkara, sorry for my previous spamming. I just really wanted you to answer my questions. Anyway, I got another question for you. Have you decided what Clone Saga related comic you're going to review? I have not decided. It's most likely just going to be like one of the one-off ones, because one of the things I'm trying to do to speed up the process with episodes is do shorter stuff. And there are a few Clone Saga issues that are just a single issue because they're like what's it called? Spider-Man Unlimited was a thing released every quarter in a year, and so like it's a 40 to 50 page comic, so it's a little bit longer than a regular sized one, but not so long that I can't just speed through it as always. Captain Adventure 1983, are you interested in watching the Thunderbolts? I am. I've heard good things, but I don't have any money to go to the theater right now. I cleaned myself out for my vacation, which, consequently, if you wish to help out with that, we, of course, have this headless 90s dude. I should put a cap on him.
He's still headless?
There is this one which does have the cap on it. The 90s Dude action figure. Oh no, it seems that someone has put a link to the store, Envy, inside of the page here. Look, no, it seems to be me. Action figures. There. If only someone were to pin this message to the top of the chat. Oh, look, I did it.
I think you're the only one who's allowed to pin messages.
I know, and I just did that. Well, who could have done such a thing? Oh, look, it's like Linkara action figures. So, we all know the story of Email Weirdo.
Head sold separately.
Head sold
Sold
separately. We all know the story of Email Weirdo. If you don't, look up my Blue Sky. There's a whole Google Doc about him and the 5 years he spent emailing me. So, I got an action figure sale a couple days ago. I'll ship it out tomorrow because I don't ship stuff out on the weekend because the post office is closed.
Right.
So I got an action figure sale just for a single Linkara figure, and there is a name, and there's a comment in the notes. It's just "F you Linkara."
Oh, wait, can I say it? Can I say it? Because you can't say the F word. I'll say the F word.
Yeah, say it.
Fuck you, Linkara.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
just says
that's
"F you Linkara" in the notes. So I confusedly tweeted about this on Blue Sky, and I got a message from Email Weirdo claiming that he did it. I'll read the message here. Scroll to the top here. Where the hell is it? Oh, yeah, because, of course, he doesn't put subjects in line. Yeah, that's right. I burned it and said, F you, why not, ha? But the thing is, he could be lying. That's the thing. I have no idea. I don't know anything about the guy. He could just be trying to take credit for it. This could just be some random person who just did that as a joke, who just put F you Linkara as a joke, or it could legitimately be him, or it could just be some other hater. I don't know.
Well, you could always do my idea, and we just give you a little bit of some money, and just go, does this bother you at all? Yeah, this bothers me so much while you're counting money.
Oh, yeah. This bothers me so much when you're giving me money. Stop doing that. Oh, no. Oh, no. All this money. Yeah, so it's also possible that Email Weirdo got someone else to do it. So, yeah, I don't know. I do not know if it's actually him or not. So I feel bad about sharing anything from that, because I don't want to, accidentally send hate into anyone's way. The only thing I can think of is maybe to email them and ask them, because it's not because the email they provided is not the email that is normally that Email Weirdo uses. I mean, Email Weirdo goes through a new email every 5 months, but still.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, we got a super chat from T Elite. The funny thing is that Tom Veitch of Dark Empire fame called the Thrawn trilogy uncinematic because both authors review each other's stories because both were in production at the same time.
There's an adaptation of Dark Empire too, if I recall correctly, so I could check that out as well. Have there ever been copyright claim from a meme clip? I don't believe so. I don't recall any time. J-Man Productions, the email guy is descending to madness. Speaking of descent, indeed.
You know.
It's been too long since I died in descent. Oh dear, what the hell?
What just happened?
You
We got the
descended into green.
Everything
That
just
was
looks
weird.
green.
The green screen of death, the fart?
You beat Mass Effect 3. Congratulations.
Anyway, I don't remember where the hell we were.
I want to say we were going into a planet to destroy robots.
That narrows it down, thank
that's
you.
One entire game.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Alright, so let's we don't have infinite lives turned on because I don't think that's an actual option, but I can keep restoring my lives using a cheat code for the simple reason that everyone agrees Descent is unfair. The original Descent is not. It has a lot of problems that were ironed out in Descent 2, but for now, it's best we just operate with.
I mean, that's part of the reason why I use a guide for when I do Indiana Jones on Tuesday nights, which, by the way, you should be there. Because some of the older, N64 games are so fucking weird. The controls are so messed up.
Yeah, I use a guide for most of my Let's Plays and streams because either I use a guide and just know where everything is, or I don't use a guide and cut out 20 minutes in post. So, it's not a difference for you, it's just easier for me.
You already
Also,
have 20 concussion missions.
Also, Zach Fett says, what would an action figure of the Entity look like?
Probably a modification of the 90s dude one, but with visible eyes instead of the sunglasses. And I would probably try to add some kind of accessory to differentiate him, or maybe put patches of different glitchy components on his body. He'd be like a variant of 90s dude. Much like how we'll probably we'll eventually probably do some action figure variants of different torsos for Linkara. But like for now, I want like unique figures, and this is the outfit I'm currently wearing, so that's what the action figure gets. Well, maybe I'll do like some kind of expansion pack that people could buy with like alternate torsos and stuff.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Johnny Long Torso, I'm telling you.
Johnny Long Torso, Johnny Long Torso, the man who comes in pieces. He's long.
Long.
What's the MST3K reference where they, what is it, muscles make what?
Slabs, what thrust?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Space Mutiny.
Yeah, that is Space Mutiny. Okay, I couldn't remember the name of the episode.
Yeah, I was referencing Johnny Long Torso was another MST3K reference, in this case referring to, okay, we need a yellow key, referring to an invention exchange where Dr. Forrester explains that, like, the real money in action figures comes from accessories. So we made an action figure who is only accessories. You have to buy, like, the head separately, the torso expansion pack, the right and left butt cheeks. all told, a Johnny Long Torso action figure can net you $200.
Amazing.
So we got a couple of super chats. T Elite says, also yes, Splinter has a comic adaptation, but trust me, it's a refined version of the story, not as weird as the novel. Still weird though. And Clockwork Soul says, here we go off to Beaver Falls, Beaver Falls, Beaver Falls.
Here we go off to Beaver Falls so early in the morning.
That was a song. Well, rip.
Lotus, we need to get you to watch some MST3K.
I mean, I've seen a bunch. I don't remember that reference.
That one's from Space Mutiny.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, sorry, not Space Mutiny. Sorry, not Space Mutiny. Prince of Space.
Oh, God. I did see that, but it's been like 15 years. The main thing I remember from Prince of Space is the villain's laugh. Like,
the Phantom Dictator of Crankor.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember the Beaver Falls thing.
It was an early part of the episode.
Okay.
But we need to get back into the KTMA MST3K. We're still doing our Foxverse marathon though. We just saw Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, I don't know why you hate that movie. I loved that movie.
That movie's amazing.
I don't like it at all. It was not fun.
It's you are disrespecting Nick Cage, young lady, and I am very upset with you.
Yeah, well, Nick Cage of An Unbearable Weight of Massive
like working on that film.
Nick Cage liked the first film, not the second film, and I don't disrespect Nick Cage. I disrespect the filmmakers.
Okay, but Nick Cage was in the second one, even if he didn't want to be there.
The transformation sequence is like the greatest thing ever. It's absurd.
It's very absurd.
You're just like mugging to the camera.
Really fit with the tone of Ghost Rider that was set with the first film.
Jesus!
Don't worry, I'm doing an entire retrospective on Nick Cage next year. It's going to be looking at his entire filmography. It's fine.
The funny thing is,
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die. We can do the Infinite Life thing.
Green Lanterns is your favorite between Alan, Hal, Guy, John, Kyle, Simon, or Jess?
Kyle.
Either way, I'm
allowed
to do something.
No, not Alt F4. Alt F3. Select game to restore. Let's go back to where we were because we were right outside where we needed to be, and like that just ate away all of my shields.
I said it.
I say Guy Gardner. I'm sorry, I gotta go stick by Guy Gardner right there.
Oh, so you're all in on Nathan Fillion being Guy Gardner, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nathan Fillion's awesome, but isn't Guy Gardner like famously a piece of shit? Even like by like. Other characters
he's an asshole, but he's a well-meaning asshole.
He's not he's not Hal, okay? Hal is an asshole.
Guy Gardner's a well-meaning asshole.
He's our asshole.
No, Ghost Rider is not part of the MCU as of yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are retroactively part of it, then Marvel Knights shouldn't have a problem.
I'm actually surprised that Nick Cage doesn't want to be a part of the MCU because like he's such a big comic fan already. But like he said, like I'm Nick Cage, I don't need to be part of the MCU.
Yeah, it's exactly why. And I'm like sitting there going, he's right though, because like later on in that interview, they're like, well, why? And he's like, because you should give it to somebody else who's not somebody super famous like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Good for you, man. Give it to the unknowns. Good man.
And Gojira Gon says, thoughts for the Superman trailer?
Superman trailer looks great. I think it's actually starting to come together. Like I was worried about all of the characters that they kept announcing that they were going to include. I'm going to save right here just to be safe, just so we have the yellow key. I was worried about like all the characters. Oh man, this is gonna be too overstuffed. But no, it looks like with the way the story is shaping up, that actually this is going to be really damn good. I knew it was going to be really damn good already because like I've said this before. Like while we were watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in theaters, I turned to Vega during the middle of that movie, being like, he's going to make such a goddamn good Superman movie. And you know what? It's looking like it's going to be an amazing Superman movie, and I cannot wait.
Here's the thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
He gets Superman. That's the thing. Like from the trailer, I can tell that he understands Superman.
Mm-hmm.
There are different facets to Superman, though. Okay, so I'm going to say something a little controversial. I hated Man of Steel, but I know what Zack Snyder was going for with that version of Superman. And I understand. I don't think the execution was good, but I understand what he was going for.
I understand what he was aiming for as well, but I also know that what the main problem was about his version of Superman. And he himself pointed out afterwards, he didn't understand hope in the terms of Superman before he started working on that film.
That's fair. But, like, here's the thing. Well, if it is, yeah, they were in megastars before the MCU. Lotus is right. Well, Robert Downey Jr. was a little bit. He had done Chaplin and a few other things, but yeah.
Watch out for the MCU.
Before the MCU.
Alt F, dude.
Nobody wanted to work with him again when he signed on to do Iron Man because of the whole drug and alcohol thing.
Yeah, he was kind of out of the game before the MCU.
Yeah, before they rehired him, whatever. But anyway, but yeah, I actually gave my wife the decision. I was like, would you rather go see Pedro Pascal in Fantastic Four, or would you rather go see, Gun Superman? And she's like, I don't want to see either. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna go see Gun Superman.
Hey, who just joined in?
Pedro Pascal.
Fez did.
Hey, Fez, how you doing?
But anyway, we got a bunch of super chats here, so we should probably do that.
So Benjamin Hall says, I respect Cage and his flaming ghost P. You're goddamn right, Benjamin.
You're damn right.
Luigi Mansion in the house says, Luigi Mansion in the house says, will Linkara save Drake from prison in Uncharted?
I've never played Uncharted and I'm not going to play Uncharted, so I don't know what that's talking about.
I mean, you're saving prisoners. It's the best I can do, but like you play as Drake in Uncharted. And J Manor Productions says, when I was a teen, my opinion in movies was no, and I like it. Never a full opinion, so I just followed the crowd, like disliking the Star Wars prequels. I need to watch 1 through 6 again today.
Honestly, forming your own opinion is like one of the
Guardians
best ways
3,
to do that.
Guardians 3 has been out for over a year, but I would appreciate it if you guys didn't spoil it for me because I still haven't seen it yet.
You should. Yeah. It is probably the best part of the film.
It is the best.
Yeah, guys, you guys forget for the last 2 years I was in paralegal school and had no life.
Yeah, that is true. But the thing is, I spent the last 2 years also having a lot of issues, like, being the hospital saga.
You should see Guardians 3. The thing is, saying that Guardians 3 is the best Guardians movie. It's technically true, but only in the. But here's the thing: it wouldn't have as much impact if you hadn't seen the first 2 movies first.
True.
Yeah, that's what I hear, and I'm planning on watching it this summer, but I haven't had a chance to yet because I've got so much crap to watch there. I still haven't seen Miss Marvel. I still haven't seen Hawkeye, okay?
I've only seen the first episode of Miss Marvel, and I need to get back to that, because I'd like to get back into the MCU. Yes. Oh, it's gone on too long. There's too much to watch. I don't care. I have access to streaming. I want to see it. I want to like it and watch it and stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up myself, because I fell behind as well.
Yeah, I've seen Spider-Man Far From Home and No Way Home. I've caught up on all of the Spider-Man stuff. I think most of the stuff that I haven't caught up on is like some of the movies. Like I still haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, and some of the shows. But I mean, I watched Agatha All Along, which was good, and then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I enjoyed.
Yep.
Bucky and Falcon together is just like my favorite thing. They're perfect together.
They are.
Meanwhile,
Alright, I'm gonna
like,
save again real quick just to be safe.
Watching Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. But I like to see how things were, because if you take a look at, like, you know, the disparity between the originals of some of these films and then the sequels, like, the studios did not know what to do with the sequels.
Yeah, but like the lack of cohesion with the MCU also gives each movie its own very distinct feel, which I kind of respect. Also, Zach,
that is
we
true.
missed the last super chat. I'm trying to even find where that was. Oh, I see
Wait,
it.
which
Oh,
super
excuse me.
chat?
Yeah. So after the Patreon reviews and outside seasonal stuff, what do you want to review next?
I don't know. I mean, there's lots of stuff that I keep having to push back. There's like especially like going back to old series stuff like DC Challenge and Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters. Like, I have not visited those in quite a while, simply because Patreon sponsor reviews have to take priority. And by the time I'm through with them, it's like Halloween or Christmas or something.
What about
Also,
Doom 4?
And T Elite says, by the way, I used an out of context frame of the show for a college thing and posted the result on the fan art channel.
Ow.
I'm gonna see, actually, list of Marvel Cinematic Properties. Let me see here.
Goddamn homing
Oh,
missiles.
I still haven't seen Daredevil Born Again either, which I do want to see. I just haven't had the chance to yet.
That at least looks good.
Yeah.
And
So,
Luigi Mansion in the House is asking, Linkara, of those Channel Awesome crossover movies, which one that you were in was your favorite?
A Voice from the Dark. No, I'm kidding. Hard to say. Maybe To Boldly Flee, if only because I got to play a mecha car as well, and that was very fun. Suburban Nights, I got a lot to work with, though, and I do enjoy the costume. As an actor, you know, doing an acting thing, anything that gives me more screen time is always appreciated.
Yeah, fair.
That is very
If
fair.
you're gonna fly out to the location, you may as well, like, have something to do.
Now, To Boldly Flee was honestly probably the most, I don't know if it was the most miserable filming experience, at least not for me. I mean, I get why others would say that, because we were in that hot attic for a lot of the time to try to make sure there was no noise down in the basement where we were filming all the bridge set stuff. But, yeah, Suburban Nights might have been more miserable at times just because of being outside all the time, and it was not the most ideal weather, and it was a bit cold at times, and all that stuff. But, like, yeah.
Also, Zach Fest says, speaking of Voice in the Dark, how did you decide who would sing the final song?
I asked everyone who wanted to be in it, who wanted to do the song, and I went with that. I tried to go, and it was like a first come, first serve. Like, I wanted one person from each group to sing, and I was the only one, if I recall correctly, in group one who wanted to sing. Actually, was it group one? Yeah, I was group one. And since and I died.
Oopsie.
What a resilient piece of equipment.
Yeah, actually, so I just need to go into the red room down there. Okay. Yeah, I think I was the only one in group one who wanted to sing, so I was like, yeah, fine, I got that. Mars Girl volunteered to sing from group 2. Lotus, I can't remember, were you group 3 or group 4?
Oh god, it's been long enough that I don't remember.
Yeah, that was like 6 years ago.
Time is fleeting.
Either way, Tony, I think, was in group 3 or 4, and he wanted to sing. Luke wanted to sing. He kept getting sick anytime we were doing any of the audio, any of the singing recordings.
Aw.
Also, Fruity Groovy says, one thing that Marvel used to do after Endgame was they had this Disney Plus series called Marvel Studios Legends, where they would make short videos for each character that details their MCU history.
And Rebecca volunteered to sing after the fact, but like I said, I wanted only one person from each group. I'm sorry, if you don't know, Rebecca Cronenfeld is someone who was there. I don't know if they were Sean, and they've transitioned.
There you go.
Let's see, I go down. That is where I came from. Okay. This map is very confusing. Feel free to read out more soup chats. I know there's some in there.
No, we're caught up for now. Like, Fruity Groovy has a thing, but hasn't put the...
Really? I thought there was more up there.
Nope, we're good.
All
We
right.
covered them. I was
good
catching
here.
up
How
all
are
those
you?
things I asked you.
Okay, we're down
So
here.
speaking of MCU stuff, I've been actually trying to catch up with What If, but since Zen hasn't seen anything beyond the first season, I've been watching it whenever she's asleep and I'm awake.
Is that what you've been watching?
Yeah. I'm only 3 episodes in.
I thought you were watching Markiplier.
I mean, I watch Markiplier a lot too, but that's because Markiplier's funny.
Markiplier is the other reason I play Supermarket Simulator. I play Markiplier.
Markiplier's awesome.
That's a good reason. Okay, so there's nothing in here. No, actually, there is. There's a left door, I think, that way.
He's also a really great guy. I'd love to hang out with him again someday.
I'd love to hang out with Markiplier just in general, but I don't think he even knows who the hell I am.
I've done it twice before and it was great both times.
I sincerely doubt Markiplier knows who the hell I am, so that's in the complete opposite. Where
I doubt he remembers who the hell I am.
Okay, here's a super chat. Fruity Groovy says, it was incredibly convenient for people that wanted to watch recent MCU stories but didn't want to spend a lot of time watching all the previous movies. They discontinued it after 2023. A shame.
Lame.
Yeah, the Legends were really good. I watched a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff because we need more behind-the-scenes stuff. In the age of streaming, we don't have, Blu-rays or DVDs with extras and commentary, so finding some of the info out is a lot harder.
Like, everybody always talks about the Lord of the Rings extended cut. There's like 6 extra hours of movie. Like, you're not getting that on streaming.
Yeah. I mean, they do some of it with Disney Plus. That's about it. They do have, they re-added the Muppet Christmas Carol Special Edition, but it's hard. It's few and far between.
Also, we have a question here. Does talking about movie soundtracks violate the no spoilers rule? That might depend on...
Depends on what exactly you're you want to talk about with that.
I don't know what movie it is, but if it's something like Guardians, I could see that maybe counting, because it's like a significant 80s or 90s track or something, and it might be context sensitive with the name of the song or whatever.
Yep.
But if it's just like instrumental whatever, then... Like if you talk about the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, I don't think that would be much of a spoiler.
I mean, it's hard because, something that I want to bring up. We watched Interstellar 5555 for the first time last night.
He watched it.
Well, I watched it, and that is something I've heard two of the tracks before. I didn't know the context, and the context made it so much better. It's a fantastic movie, no dialogue, all music, wonderfully done. I want to watch more stuff with Leiji Matsumoto and Daft Punk, but, that was fantastic, and that kind of raises the question of what genuinely can a track spoil you?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm
did we
talking
give
about.
Fruity
'cause,
Groovy's latest super chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
but,
I just want to make sure.
Like Gorillaz, it's different when you see the music videos those tracks are attached to, because there's a plot.
Yeah.
If you watch all the storyline episodes, all the storyline music videos of Gorillaz, you get this brilliant story that's being told across the over 2 decades of music videos.
Yeah, it's
Which
not
is
even
why-
contained in a single album. It's across their whole existence.
And it's kind of like Coheed and Cambria, where they have a story in their music, and so I genuinely think that a music without a music video or a music without context can be completely different, and it's not necessarily as bad as you might think it to be.
Sweet, I got an extra life, guys.
Hey!
But yeah, in chat, they're saying, naming song titles from the movie soundtrack, that probably, that has more of a chance of being a spoiler, because those, if they're designed for the movie, if it's Final Battle or something like that, it relates to something that's happening in the movie, so I would err on the side of caution for that one.
Okay.
When there's a track called Death of Character, then maybe don't mention that.
Benjamin Hall, should Superman be immortal, especially when the other super characters almost never are? Also, how it messes with Legion stories.
Immortal? No. Aging maybe slower? Yes, maybe, because I can see his cells constantly recharging, but at a certain point, he just can't get any further. So where is the exit? The exit's all the way over here. We are
like the concept of Kryptonians aging about like half the speed of humans?
Oh,
I mean, if you can have like Bart Simpson still be in the 4th grade, but not be canonically immortal, like you don't need to make Superman canonically immortal.
I have a beef with Simpsons personally, but that's because I have OCD.
What I mean is every TV show ever made where they don't age, because then you'd have to eventually stop using them.
yeah.
Here's the thing. I actually think more shows should have characters age. And I say this because in the 2010s, Cartoon Network did it with 4 shows, and it worked well with all 4 of them.
Yeah, but that's when like they thought to do
Ah,
that.
God,
If you
no,
want to
God,
endlessly
bless
put out
it.
Products, then you can't do that.
1 second to spare. I accidentally ran into a secret area.
I saw that. I really thought
my
that you were
God.
gonna die. I really did.
We were so close.
Good save. Take that, Europa.
Yeah, no one cares about scores anyway.
All these worlds are yours except for Europa.
Well, yeah, the scores are always going to be 0 because we're cheating.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Earth Orbit, proceed again to Europa on your outward swing. Purge CO2 mine. Prepare for insertion. Preparing for descent.
Insertion.
Nope, not abort.
Big guy
Alter
comes
2.
up to Station Burton and asks if he's paid his dues. Just say the check is in the mail. Oh, well. Better luck next time. Benjamin Hall says, you should probably avoid the current runs of Superman. Okay.
I didn't hear you what you initially said, Lotus. That was why I didn't laugh.
Oh, it was really, really funny, okay? It was funny as hell. You know, because like, you're in Jupiter and you're going to Station Burton, so I was just doing a Big Trouble in Little China bit.
Ah, I like Big Trouble in Little China, so it's all good.
That is a great movie.
Great continuity! Great continuity!
Just hitting all the soundboard buttons.
Apparently.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that it activated when I was on mute.
Also, hey, Fast.
I was just messing around.
It's all good. I thought Lotus was doing that.
No, I don't
Oh,
think
that was me, sorry.
So wait, the score is 0 because you're just putting in extra lives?
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, this is how a lot of old games work. If you cheated, then you wouldn't be able to get a high score, but like, this is the 2020s, we don't give a shit about high score.
I do not give a
That's
crap
fair.
about a high score. I am trying to just collect footage for the game. I will take the hit.
Yeah, you don't get bragging rights for beating the game on hard difficulty with a million billion points.
Right.
The thing is, I never cared about a high score even when I was maybe back in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't really either, honestly. Like, it's very much a relic of the arcade machine era, where everybody could see your initials in the arcade machine. But like, this is your game at home. Like, who the hell? What are you gonna bring your friend over? Check out what I did. Like, whatever, man.
Well, if you compete against your brother, yeah, I mean...
No, that's a fair thing, but no, it's not a concern, currently anymore. God, so many Hulks.
You know when I played in arcades in the early 90s? And actually, no, I played in arcades throughout all of the 90s, but when I played in arcades in the 90s, I never cared about score. I just cared about the amount of time I got on each machine.
I just want to beat the game. Also, yeah, Benjamin Hall said, because I did read the super chat and he heard, but he was wondering if you heard, because you missed my hilarious Jack Burton joke. But Benjamin Hall had said you should probably avoid the current runs of Superman. I'm assuming that ties into the Immortal stuff.
I'm actually thinking about giving the Absolute Universe a read.
I've heard really good things about Absolute Batman. Now, granted, I don't know anything about these things, but my partner Phil is all about Absolute Batman, and I hear good things. But we did go to Free Comic Book Day,
I got a whole bunch of them.
and we got a whole bunch of stuff. And I mean, granted, I didn't get to go in. I would like to get back to collecting comic books, but I don't have money.
But the reason why I want to get into reading the Absolute Universe stuff is because one of the things that I got at Free Comic Book Day is the 2025 Special Edition All In for DC, which has an Absolute Universe story. And I read it and I liked it.
Yes, Hana. Hana says that you should put it in the game.
There was also there's a lead-in thing to the upcoming crossover between, well, the upcoming crossover for that they're doing in the Skybound Transformers stuff.
Where they cross? Oh yeah, they're like combining all their series they've got.
Yeah, they're bringing in Mask as well now.
Of course they are.
No word on whether or not Rob's being added in. But Mask is now joining.
Oh, of course they are. You know, I don't think Mask is as big a franchise as they seem to think it is.
Hasbro's been really pushing Mask a lot lately.
What is the?
You mean that Jim Carrey movie from the 90s?
Nope.
No,
Or you talking about like the guy who looks like the facial, just the facial
Nope.
stuff?
They're referring to a toy line from the 80s called Mask. It's an acronym for something. I don't know. It's like cool vehicles.
The 80s was really big on.
I remember the one with
that
you
are
put the wing,
acronyms.
you put the door wings out and you could fly the car.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
They like Hasbro has been treating it like it's a big enough property to support its own thing, and it really isn't. At least not in terms of like stuff that has like huge pop culture appeal. I know lots of people who like niche people who like Mask, but in terms of wider appeal, like the fact that you guys went through 2 other things with the name Mask before then, it's kind of indication that it's not really that big a franchise.
Yeah, that's so 80s where like they can't do a K word for Mask, so they're like, let's just misspell command. It's fine.
Apparently, it's a subline for G.I. Joe.
Yes and no.
That's Action Man.
It originally started as a subline for Action Man, which is technically connected to G.I. Joe, but it became its own line.
Nathan Yu says Mask sounds like a weird MASH spinoff. Well, there were a lot of weird MASH spinoffs, so you're not wrong.
And the thing is, the reason why Hasbro is trying to push it a lot is because they want to try and combine more things together into their quote-unquote Energon universe.
Well, why don't you add Power Rangers to that?
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Because sweet 80s and 90s crossover, bro.
Power Rangers also works a lot better because it's a very unique property versus Mask, which is like cool vehicles, which you'd think would work along well with Transformers, but honestly, it just makes it kind of redundant.
Actually, they did something interesting in the free comic book thing in issue that makes it slightly work. They have Mask developed. They have Mask, the founder of Mask. What's his name? Matt again? Matt Tracker, something like that. Yeah, Matt Tracker. He got the idea for making the Mask vehicles through studying Hound.
Studying who?
Hound.
Oh yeah, they did that. They did that already once with the IDW books when they tried to create a shared universe there too.
Yeah, but they're doing that again over in the Skybound.
The problem is that it makes sense from a logical story perspective, but the simple fact of the matter is that it's cool vehicles is redundant. Just Power Rangers makes a lot more sense because you give something unique to the whole thing. G.I. Joe is more about the human characters above the cool vehicle stuff, and and unfortunately, Mask is just the cool vehicle stuff. Because can you name a single character for Mask?
Mask could work for like a part of that's the Mask division, but it doesn't need a whole separate property to keep it going. It can just be sort of there and a part of something. It doesn't need to have a major focus. A reference,
Yeah.
Easy.
But the reason why they're not bringing Power Rangers into the Skybound universe is because the Energon universe is because, well, the Power Rangers comic rights are still owned by
Boom
Studios, and the Boom Studios has the rights, I think, until 2030 at the minimum.
And honestly, the Boom Studio ones have just been so successful anyway. Why would you want to get rid of that cash cow?
Yeah.
It's a yellow key. Already been through there. Okay, so back the way we came.
Because I'm pretty sure back in 2021 they signed a 10-year license. I could be wrong. But I like to read up on license deals every now and then, and I think I remember reading it was a 10-year deal. Because here's the thing I like reading about licensing deals. Because you can actually understand why things are done if you understand how the licenses fall out. AKA it helps you to understand the rest of the history. Yes, that would technically be 2031, but usually when the license deal runs out, you have to wrap up the things that you're doing for that license about a year before the license runs out.
Frickin' die!
Okay, stop the presses. I put this in the Discord in Harvey's, but there's a corgi skateboarding.
That's impossible. Such a thing that rad could not possibly exist.
There's no rule that says a dog can't skateboard.
RNG does know the Boom Studios Power Rangers didn't end, it rebooted itself into the Prime universe. Which is actually going really good, and then now just brought VR Troopers into it.
I'm gonna have a controversial opinion. Comics are fucking weird, okay?
I don't think I don't think that's a very controversial statement around here.
I was gonna say, I'm still waiting for you to deliver here. Benjamin Hall says license should stop crossing over with Maine.
Maybe, yeah.
I am up to season 4 of MASH. I'm super mad about Henry Blake, but I guess I got a deal.
What happened to Henry Blake again? I'm trying to remember.
His plane exploded.
Plane lost over the Sea of Japan, right? That's the one.
Yep.
Apparently, that was the point. That was it's entirely intentional to piss you off.
Yeah, apparently, and I read that and I was like, that's so fucking pissed. I'm so fucking pissed.
Yeah,
but I do like Potter. Potter's funny.
Well, they needed to bring the reality of war back into the series every once in a while.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I get that part of it. But I really liked Henry Blake as a character.
That's just it. Like, shit happens, people die.
Yeah, but, like, I like Sherman Potter as the new Colonel. I fucking cannot stand Frank Burns. Every time he's on screen, I want to throw something.
If I recall correctly, Sherman Potter is played by Gannon. Is it Gannon? Yeah, Lieutenant Gannon from Dragnet.
Yes.
There is a Gannon outside of
Yes,
Zelda?
there is. Yeah, from Dragnet.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, same guy.
Yep, great actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I really like him. But yeah, I'm there. And I do like BJ too. He's great too. I like him a lot, actually.
Yeah, I know enough about the series just through pop culture osmosis for a lot of stuff.
I know almost nothing about MASH.
It was the most popular series in existence for the longest time.
Yeah. Zach Fett 92 to me, Frank Burns is the anti-Captain America. Yeah, that's pretty apt description, kind of the word.
I think the coolest thing I don't think I really know about MASH is the one time that they referenced it in Futurama.
Yeah.
What did you say, Beth? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying that I'm surprised that the kids are even talking about MASH. I mean, that was a show I watched my parents watch, and I was a Nick at Night kid too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That wasn't. Yeah.
Well, in an era of streaming shows where everything is so done done so quickly, and you need to watch every episode closely and whatnot, people are rediscovering old TV shows on streaming and really enjoying them. Columbo got a massive resurgence over the last few years.
Columbo's just awesome.
But people enjoy the done-in ones. People miss done-in ones with familiar characters, and they're tired of, like, every single episode contributes to the thing. It's okay to have done-in-one stories.
Yeah, and like I really like MASH for that reason. I just watched the late Captain Pierce, where Pierce accidentally ended up on a death certificate, so he couldn't do anything, he couldn't get paid, he couldn't make phone calls, and like hilarity ensues, and they finally fixed it by like the end of the episode, obviously. But like the one and done stories are kind of fun, especially in like the 70s and whatever. But yeah, I really like Cody, my roommate, is actually showing me MASH because I guess his whole family loves MASH or whatever, so that's kind of part of the reason why I'm in it. But if you guys want to check it out, it is on Hulu. All 11 seasons are on there, so you can, and which you might be saying, it's a movie, it's a series about the Korean War. The Korean War was only 3 years long. Yes, I'm sure they were aware.
That's one of the great jokes about the series, that the show lasted longer than the war is depicting.
I remember watching it a little bit as a kid, a couple episodes, along with like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but it's one of those shows that I didn't really get a lot of use out of. But that's the good thing about streaming, is I can see a lot of old stuff like Buffy that I never saw.
I have been showing Zen Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Go ahead.
And we've also been starting the second season of X-Men the Animated Series.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Also, there's one show that I would always suggest for people to watch because it was the very first TV show I became obsessed with. Perry Mason.
Oh my god, I know.
I have heard good things about Perry Mason.
My entire body just aged 10 years from hearing the words Perry Mason.
I have the entire series on DVD.
Yeah, that shit was 9 seasons, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was with Raymond Burr and
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
Who the hell else was it? Ray Collins?
Yep.
And Hopper, right?
I think so. But yeah, I watched Perry Mason when I was around 4 years old. I fell in love with Perry Mason. To the point where when other people when I was 4 years old, other kids my age were watching like Transformers and stuff like that, I would go home and watch Perry Mason after kindergarten.
That's cute.
Apparently there's a 2020 reboot?
Yes, I watched a few episodes of the reboot. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the original.
So,
Okay.
question, is Perry Mason better than Columbo?
They're both good in different ways.
Perry Mason is a detective show, for the one asking in the comments.
Perry Mason is actually a lawyer show.
Really?
Yes.
Well, no, like there is. Oh, okay. The Elite's asking because I was gonna say, "True, who are you?" Perry Mason is just a line from Clue.
But yeah, I remember hearing something about Perry Mason Detective, but different. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lawyer show. Yes,
It's a lawyer show.
Yes, he does sometimes. You have to go and solve things in order to do his job as a lawyer. But it's all about trying to solve the things in a legal way.
Mr. Simpson, don't you worry. I watched some Perry Mason in a bar last night. The sound wasn't on, but I got the gist of it.
Another one I want to rewatch, Gilmore Girls, is on streaming, and I really want to check that out again. I watched a lot of that as a kid. Oh, them Gilmore Girls are always up to shenanigans.
This is a very complex area here. So I think it's down.
All of the original Dungeons and Dragons cartoons are streaming, so guess what I'm going to be watching soon?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Where they try to solo Tiamat in like episode 1.
You know what? Okay, so lawyer show, really fun lawyer show that you guys need to watch just because it's really funny. Fucking Suits. Okay, that shit is fucking crazy and I love it.
Also, we got a couple super chats. Benjamin Hall says Grandpa Simpson, Matlock, or Perry Mason, and
with Matlock on, not Perry Mason. Okay.
Yeah, and Big Jack Film says I showed my girlfriend Kick-Ass. Yeah, she thought it was genuinely fun.
Oh, that's nice. See, I'm still okay with the Channel Awesome movies. I understand why everyone else hates them or does not like them. I get the criticisms, but it's hard for me to hate, the time I made movies with my friends and everything like that.
Yeah.
And also,
Especially because they are not movies intended for a wide audience. They are intended for a very specific time in history, and with very specific people, and they're lore movies, as Quentin once described it. These are these are movies for people who are already fans of everything, not for widespread consumption.
And to double see, actually the D&D cartoon did get an ending that came out as an audio drum that eventually got reanimated by fans.
Nice.
What is what?
The audio drum was released at a convention like in 2010, and then over the course of the 2010s, fans actually animated the final episode of D&D.
Good on
Did
them.
the audio drama involve Gary Gygax updating his player's handbook to include Acrobat as a character class?
No, although technically the Acrobat wasn't to second edition D&D. It was actually in one of the later black books.
That's bananas.
If I remember correctly, it was Eastern Adventures. I played a lot of second edition D&D when I was a kid.
Echo represent.
I have a bunch of the books. I have some second edition books, but mostly AD&D books. But for like playing D&D for real, I've only really done 5th edition.
I played 2nd edition, 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th edition, 5th edition.
Okay, back through this way.
I have never actually played 1st edition.
And up again.
Anyways,
Nope, that's the way I came.
I need to get going, so...
It's all good. You guys have a good night.
Have a lovely night.
I am... Sorry, go ahead.
Join me on my streams when they resume, hopefully tomorrow. It all depends on when I get back from being at the doctor all day tomorrow.
Alright, good luck with that. Have a good rest of the night.
You too. All of you have fun.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Skateboards.
Alright, I am 23 hours into Quentin's, 38, 42 hour, I don't even remember how long it is, big retrospective on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, God.
Yeah, 42, yep.
I'm still confused why it's taking... We haven't even reached Season 3 yet. We're 23 hours in.
Don't worry about it.
Does he finish the show?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he got up to the end of Season 4.
I don't...
Does he go into Weird Al's music video?
No,
in
he does
UHF?
like a whole hour on all the Beverly Hillbilly comic book universe stuff.
Yeah, I was reading... Yeah, we're at the point with the comics and stuff like that. I haven't reached the point where I edited yet, which was about the Bumpkin Billionaires.
But does
Yeah,
he go into Weird Al parodying the Dire Straits?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My guess is no. I just wanted to mention that.
He's got to at some point, I think.
Yeah, but basically, it's like, I think he's supposed to be like, they're supposed to be making like a second part to it or something. But after the comics, like, he actually starts like reviewing the stuff from like, what do you call it?
Petticoat Junction?
Yeah, like he starts reviewing them in tandem.
Because, like, the thing is, the part of the point of this is to study the Henningverse, all the crossover stuff like that. We haven't even talked about anything with Green Acres yet, but I know that, like, crossovers and stuff are a big part of this, so when the hell are we going to get to the crossovers?
Okay, yeah, so after the comics is 1964, Petticoat Junction Season 2, and Beverly Hillbillies Season 3. So, yeah, he doesn't even get to Season 4.
Criminy.
Alright, so, Robo P says, when discussing Mask and bringing back old IPs and retro cartoons, I have some I would love to see come back that had great concept. IMO, Hyperion, Visionaries, and Inhumanoids, 3 bangers from the 80s.
Inhumanoids would be a fun one to bring back.
I mean, with this, with this generation of animators and storytellers, why not at this point?
I could not imagine making a fucking 42-hour video essay on the Beverly Hillbillies and not even finish. Like, what the fuck?
And it's okay, because, like, it's not like it's lacking for content of stuff to talk about. But it's just like, how?
Life finds a way, or Quentin finds a way.
Quentin finds a way. Vig and I have a joke that, like, we measure video essays by length in terms of Quentins. Like, oh, this essay is half a Quentin long. This essay is 2 Quentins long.
What's a Quentin? What's the standard Quentin?
We're like 5 to 6 hours.
Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna say it's several Quibbies.
It has several Quibbies. Oh, Quibi, you utter failure.
They honestly tried.
I was watching a
a
video.
meme.
I was watching a video the other day, and somebody, I forget who it was, but they were like, yeah, and you know, Jeffrey Katzenberg, the guy who invented Quibi, and that just kept going like it was not a thing he just said.
The hugely successful streaming platform Quibi.
You know how you can have short-form videos on YouTube? Well, what if you had a streaming service that only allowed short-form videos?
Oh my god.
Alright, how am I... Okay, so go around and up.
God, I just thought of something horrifying.
Oh.
Taking Quentin's review of like Beverly Hillbillies, and like taking those concepts into YouTube Shorts, like the minute or 3 minute long. People have a list of those, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, Feb Mom, he brings that up. Quentin's dad brings that up towards the end of it when they're talking about Mr. Ed and the move to color.
Oh god.
Which lasted longer, Quibi or Disney Star Wars Hotel? That's a good question. I want to say the hotel, but not by much.
I was gonna say, I don't think Quibi lasted as long as the Star Wars Hotel.
Like, both of them were flops, but, like, people went to the hotel.
That's fair.
I feel like the Star Wars Hotel was a more successful thing than Quibi.
Like, the thing is, everybody quickly realized how much it sucked, but to realize that, you had to patronize it. But Quibi, we know what it was.
Quibi,
like,
everyone knew what it was, and they hated it, so why would you bother watching it?
We already knew.
Okay, so somebody put, Star Wars Galactic Cruiser was open for 1.5 years.
That's gotta be longer than Quibi.
Yeah, Quibi launched in April of 2020, but shut down in December of 2020.
Yeah, Quibi itself only lasted a Quibi.
Energy wouldn't be bad either. Okay, so the yellow key is back this way.
And Google Stadia probably lasted longer, I think.
Oh my god,
Google Stadia easily lasted longer.
Okay, Rerez literally posted today, he's like, yo, my Google account still has my Google Stadia attached, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the new lasted longer than the Confederacy. Yeah, I will give that much. Quibi and the Star Wars Hotel did not last that long.
No.
How embarrassing.
This is the worst map ever. I hate this map. It is so long and confusing and weird.
You know what?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
On your map screen is that it's very linear to a point. So if you go the wrong way, you got to go back a long way.
Tevya Smolka asked the question, speaking of what retrospective, what is your favorite retrospective you've ever done?
Of all the ones that I've done?
Yeah.
Not counting History of Power Rangers. In terms of the comic ones, what did I enjoy the most? Probably the Blue Beetle retrospective. Like, I had so much fun writing that, having a good time, looking through all the Golden Age stuff, finding material. Like, I noticed the recurring trend of, like, Dan Garrett constantly getting knocked unconscious. Just like, the combined brain damage that poor superhero got. And then it's like, you know, re-exploring just these forgotten bits. Like, I didn't know that the Blue Beetle had a sidekick at any point. Because, like, nobody talked about it. It seems like the kind of thing that someone would bring back at some point, but nope. Just like a fun time with the Blue Beetle retrospective above all others, I'd say. Okay, so down. He brings me the energy converter, because I'm down on weapon energy. It's like I'm just like checking the map every 5 steps. Just so I don't want to get lost. Oh yeah, big dicks!
Big dicks! Yeah, that's right, I forgot about big dicks!
Alright, so I want to point out 2 very important things. Okay? The first one is that 2 people also said, oh, well, your Teen Titans one was also really good. The second thing is, without the context of chat, you were just playing in silence for like 30 seconds. And then you're like, oh yeah, big dicks!
Well, naturally, we all love to talk about big dicks here.
Yeah.
It's true.
And what, I mean, Lotus, do you not like talking about big dicks?
I mean, I don't follow Blue Beetle.
The greatest criminal mastermind of all time, big dicks.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows biggest dickest.
Biggest dickest.
Alright, so Benjamin Hall says, Absolute Brainiac shall henceforth be called Isolated Jim due to his origin story. Now, what should Absolute Bane and Batman be nicknamed?
That would require me to know anything about the Absolute Universe.
Yeah.
I'll call them Bane, and I'll call them Batman. Then I'll take my my reward money in cash, please.
All those shields, I'm taking them.
Amazing. TF Master 96. No one pulls a boner like big dicks.
Yeah. I still love that Batman bit. Like, I'll show all the greatest boner this town's ever seen, or whatever he says.
I'll show him Joker's boner.
Yeah, it's something weird like that. I'll pull the biggest boner, like, ever, or whatever.
All this talk of boners. Ah, more shields in there. God damn it. They just want me to say boner. And you know what? I am a trained monkey. I will happily give them the funny word.
My favorite thing that you've ever done is boner, 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 erect penis.
Boner. Boner boning of boner. Boner boner. Erect penis.
God.
It gets me every time. Because I'm expecting it, but it's just really funny because you say it's so deadpan.
Sometimes, delivery sometimes is where the joke actually lies.
Exactly.
Get back through the yellow door here. Batburger Bonerland.
We are probably getting demonetized with that one, yes.
What? Yeah. No. We're just talking about big dicks. Talking about an infamous crime lord. Nothing else. Nothing else to say about it.
Zach Fett says, so Linkara, Viga says you're good at billiards. How come we've never seen Harvey hustling in a pool hall?
Because I don't have access to a billiard hall. Oh yeah, because they're reading Viga's Blue Sky. Because, like I said, there was a billiard table in the beach house. There were 2 of them actually, and I had really good string of luck with that, and I kept beating Viga. Now there were better pool players there, in my opinion, but I did pretty damn well, in my humble opinion. It's all just geometry.
Oh god, this is turning into Markiplier's prop hunt episode where they just almost say nothing but boner.
Oh my god, you're right! Welcome to the Boner Cast! God, I forgot about that.
All these cloaked ships. Ah, good, more energy. Ow. We're gonna die.
With big dicks done to little dicks. I don't know, is there a little dick?
Oh, yeah, there we go. I don't know what you're talking about. Big Dicks is the crime lord here. I don't know why he would have. Maybe if he had a son or something, he'd be called Little Dicks. But here at Atop the Fourth Wall, we're focused on big dicks. Big dicks all the time. It's what we talk about. It's what we're all focused. It's what we're all here for.
Decided to join this call today. I willingly decided to be a mod, and I'm stuck here with big dicks. Good lord.
That's right. You chose to be a part of this because you knew the importance of big dicks. Is there any more seminal a character as big dicks?
Wow, nicely done.
I am 12 years old.
Don't forget his friend Richard Johnson.
How could anyone forget that? I mean, details like that about big dicks are just unspoken.
It's true.
Frickin'
Andrew, it's okay. Listen, all of us have to sit through something when Lewis is doing something incredibly stupid. Whether that be, for me, it was putting on like a Mecha Cars makeup during the movie. For you, it's big dicks. It's fine.
Oh my god.
That's what I always say. For you, it's big dicks.
Jesus Christ.
Fitting to say this, but I knew that was coming.
I just want to point out for the record that Lewis is younger than me by like 4 months, and he still acts like a child.
Andrew, I just got your joke.
So Benjamin Hall says, I am split in my opinion on that character from Blue Beetle. Just by side myself.
Hey.
Hey. Alright. Yeah, that's nah. We do not need to know your penis size. Stop that shit.
Where is... Yeah, I think it was all the way down is where I got killed. Yeep. Oh.
Right. Pretty groovy. He has a twin brother that has bad posture. They call him curved dick.
The red key's in there too. Might as well grab it.
God, you have a
Okay,
Mega Missile. Go ahead.
I'm only letting Super Tom Brother say this because I have a great retort. My Dick Grayson itches. Did you tell Starfire?
Oh God.
Alright, up here. Is it actually, oh, is this like a secret area, maybe? Where did I die? Must be around here, because we have the hostages we still gotta take. There's a shield in there. I don't know how to get access to it. 360 degrees of movement and getting completely lost.
Play the thing.
You know that feel?
Oh wait, I know where it is.
Yeah, play it.
We already read that one. Like, I know you submitted the chat again, but we already read and answered that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we read it. Yeah, we submitted that one already. Yep.
Oh, is it wrong chat? Oh, okay. I guess it was a copy paste or something else.
Ah.
Oh, hold on a minute. Also from earlier comment.
I am so lost. There you go. Get to the other passageway in here.
Also, I just recently added this.
Space is warped and time is bendable.
Very good. All right, hostages. Wish hostages restored shields. There's more of the back wall here. Yes.
Okay, Zach, Fed for real. Have you seen Audible is getting an adaptation of All-Star Superman?
That's great, but I ain't supporting anything with Audible. They announced that they were doing AI voice stuff for readings of books. So screw anything that supports learning language model stuff that is stealing and destroying the planet.
Okay, I'm just gonna shut down the big dicks talk now because you guys are starting to slowly go into not funny and racist territory, and I'm over that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but if you're pulling something, yeah. Here it is. Here's all my stuff. Oh, where's my plastic gun? There it is.
Enormies, kill them. All control, delete the robots.
God, I can't wait to play Descent 2, where a lot of these problems are fixed. I'm in vulnerability now, and not that it's any good, because I killed everything without it. Alright, I have the red key now, so I gotta go all the way back here.
Whoopsie. Yeah, I mean, I don't think... Here's my problem with, like, okay, so I use AI at work, but not because I want it to replace me or whatever, but generally, when you're writing a sentence, like, especially for law, you have to, like, be, like, really good about it. So sometimes I ask, like, this sounds stupid. Can you show me if this is can I make this any stupider? And then ChatGPT will be like, yeah, I can make this sound stupider. And I'm like, okay.
You shouldn't be using that for that anyway. The thing is, it's guess. It's guessing based off of like past sentences of what it thinks it should be, but it has no idea what the hell it's actually doing. It is that we've convinced ourselves that there's an actual intelligence or like, you know, or some kind of value to this, when of course it's not smart. It is not actually smart.
Oh,
It's looking for patterns.
I'm not using it for that. I'm literally using it to tell me if I am actually saying the thing that I need to say smart enough. If it could say it dumber than I did, I know I did a good job.
You're comparing yourself to how bad it can do it.
Yes.
I also turn off autocorrection a lot because I don't want to be in the habit of typing and not realizing that I'm spelling a word wrong constantly, because if I don't have autocorrection, then I'm probably going to be writing something that's stupid or has a bunch of errors. I'll leave it on so I can see what my errors are, but I won't have it autofill or autocorrect anything because I don't want that crutch.
Well, not to mention, sometimes it's not even a crutch. Sometimes it autocorrects your word to something that you genuinely did not intend to type, and it just, like, you just send it like that.
Yep. I've also discovered, like I discovered this like months ago, but like Microsoft Word is just wrong about some of its grammatical rules. Like that's not the same thing as AI, but I discovered that like they don't like Microsoft Word does not believe in a singular they.
Well, I mean, that's just like that's a relic from the past. That's when it should be he or she.
The singular they is older than Microsoft Word.
Yeah, but like, that's not how it's been taught in schools, though. What annoys me is that they focus on being pedantic, but like literally nobody says he or she. Like if you go to the news, like there's been a murderer, but we don't know who the suspect is. We'll hope to find them because they don't want to like guess wrong. So we do use it. It's just that it's not taught that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's really weird, so like, and then the other thing is like I use translation software, which isn't AI, but I use translation software because I have a lot of different language speaking clients. And what's really funny about it is I've been typing in different languages so much that Microsoft Word has actually started to flag my English words as wrong because I constantly type in a different language when I'm doing the translate.
Okay, go.
Which I think is just fucking bonkers, but whatever. But yeah, the reason I use the ChatGPT is to prove that I have said something way smarter than this stupid thing.
Yeah, you probably still shouldn't do it anyway, just because like it's still utilizing the resources. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it for any kind of barometer.
Well, and the other thing is the other reason we use it is to make sure that if it's going to cite a case, it's not a fake case. Like if somebody. Go ahead.
Oh, we are breaking all the rules tonight, huh? Okay, there we go. Got it.
Are we?
I don't know. What was the question?
I mean, I guess.
Is this technically real world, I guess, theoretically?
I guess, but like I think it's really weird when people like in briefs like I always check and I go, is this a real case? And then like, you know, ChatGPT will be like, no, this is not a real case. And then there was the time where it said Mayberry versus Madison was not a real case, and I'm like, you what?
Because it's not a search engine. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing.
Yeah, I know, and that's the weird thing. It's just like, you tell me that this is artificial intelligence, but there's nothing intelligent about it.
Well, that's the problem, is you'll say, like, if you put into the prompt, no, yes, it definitely was real, it happened, it'll say something like, oh, good point, actually this and that happened, and it'll just make shit up.
Yeah.
Because it's not actually intelligent. It's just it's that guy who just agrees with whoever's in the room.
Yes, and yeah.
Yeah, like you can literally gaslight AI into saying whatever you want, so I would not trust it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so down and around.
Huh.
Yes, finally.
Good job.
God, this map sucks.
Yeah, Microsoft Word has also never recognized proper names, which is super bonkers to me as well.
You just click add to dictionary and you got it.
I gotta find the exit
That's
too.
what
I
I
haven't seen it
usually
around
do.
here anywhere. Ah! That is a
You're just, like,
dirty
frozen
ass
streaking,
trap.
You just die.
Dirty ass trap game. Like, put me in the middle of like
to be
3
fair-
Vulcan and cannon chips.
To be fair, number 5 always gets broken because y'all don't know how to follow the rules sometimes, and that's fine.
We're reviewing maps now. Pretty good. There's the perfect sound. God damn.
Yeah, look at that.
Crazy.
I'm getting shot at by like 3 different angles, and they're hit scanners.
The machine gun like bombarding giant missiles.
Like, I launched a mega missile just in the hope of killing one of them.
I mean, I didn't have a smartphone for the longest time. I wasn't even allowed to get a phone until I got a car, okay?
Yeah, I got mine in like something like around like early 2010s, like maybe 2012.
I was gonna say, my first phone was in 2003, but that was because I had just turned 16, got my learner's permit, and my dad was like, yo, you're getting a fucking phone so I know where you are. And I'm like, that's fair. Because I used to work, when I was in college and still living with him, I would work overnights.
Yeah, I probably got my first like cell phone at around the same time because it was like about when I could start driving.
Okay, there's the exit. I have found the exit. Let's see where it is on the map so that when I blow the core, I know where I'm going. It is this shaft right here. Okay.
Fucking damn it, Lee!
3 god blessed Hulks.
Man, this
4,
did not
that's
turn
5
out
of
how I
them!
thought it would.
Criminy, no wonder I got killed like twice, so yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, so I just found out that the Leafs suck and are not in the conference finals, so I have no horse in this race anymore. Hockey has ended for me again this year. I guess I could root for the Oilers, but who really wants to root for the Oilers? Come on now.
I never have any horse in this race, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't care. Like,
Crimson,
I never
have
followed
you
their
ever
stuff.
thought about learning how to do stunt driving? Not really, no.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Okay, course
Okay, don't
destroy.
fuck this up and run into a wall this time.
Yeah, have fun with this one.
Should be just turn around and fly up.
That is a disorienting map.
Yeah, I think it's here. There we go. Straight shot. We're good.
Alright.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yay, here's the mine. Take that.
Nice, nice.
Europa CO2 mine destroyed. Level
like
14.
Organ chord when you win. That like, it gives me Rolling Thunder vibes just for a second. It's a weird thing to say, but it sort of does.
I'll send positive energy for you to pass this level. Thank you, Key.
Saturn orbit. Proceed to the Titan Moon Mine MN0132. More advanced weaponry should become available. Invulnerability shield charges should be abundant. Use them well.
Invulnerability should be abundant. How hard is this level?
Oh, jeez. Hey, Linkara, how much do you usually charge for Patreon suggestions? I want to see you read the Mortal Kombat comic adaptation. When the slots are open, they are currently closed until September. It is $50 you initially put down, and then another $50 for the second month to confirm it. Though I might be increasing the prices on that just because cost of living has gone up. But right now, it's still currently $50. For a total of $100 because you pay over the course of 2 months. Preparing for descent. And of course, like a Hulk just right out of the gate shooting at me.
I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan by birth and by choice. We have more Stanley Cups than anybody in the league, so sit on it.
Where is the other Hulk? There you are, Red Hulks.
Yeah, I did say sit on it.
No worries, Richie.
Cody just said, came in and was like, yo, did you just say sit on it? And I was like, yeah, I did.
Don't worry, Richie, from Happy Days, I don't judge you.
I thought we were done talking about big dicks.
Damn it. MX Video, Lewis doesn't announce when the next Patreon slots are open. He does sometime. But honestly, it's best to just donate $1, get into the Discord, and then sometimes somebody will leave a slot and let people know.
All right.
Yeah, I don't announce when they're open because they get filled immediately. Like within as soon as they're open, they're like filled within 2 minutes. People are quick on the draw; they like to get it, and of course, and while there are some restrictions about when you can get the slot, because I will because you know, like I to make sure that people actually have a chance to get them if they never had it before, you can't like do it 2 years in a row. Like if you get a slot in 2024, you can't get it again in 2025, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, a lot of it is just simply luck. Oh,
listen, I am an old fuck, okay? I will make all of the fucking weird-ass references from Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. Leave me alone.
Hey.
And now MASH, apparently, because I started quoting MASH to my coworkers.
Alright, that was the door. Oh! There's the invulnerability. Not as any good to us right now, but still.
You have to have it either way.
Yep. Alright, where are we? Pretty small to start with. Blue key, you need to go to the door on the right. No. Yes. No. Corridor down below. There we go, down here. With more they were right about the invulnerabilities. Mind you, because they also have cloaked assholes. But blue key. I also don't like it when they hide the stuff behind hidden walls. It'll be fun when I review the footage of this later.
Keyblade asks, what do you think of I Dream of Jeannie, Crimson?
Oh, I love that show. I would say I don't love it as much as I love, so like when I was younger, when I was visiting my grandmother, she would always have one of the following 3 series on TV. I Dream of Jeannie, Golden Girls, or Happy Days. And I always had like I'm not really as big a fan of I Dream of Jeannie as I am of Happy Days and Golden Girls. There you go.
I only watched I Dream of Jeannie for the magic that may or may not pop up. didn't really care about the story. I think I was more into Bewitched at the time.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
Green Acres. Green Acres was the other one. As far as like weird husband-wife dynamic situation.
I actually, hilariously, I've seen almost all of Petticoat Junction, but I've never seen anything of Green Acres or the Beverly Hillbillies.
Vig has seen definitely more of Green Acres. I hadn't watched any of the three Henningverse shows. Just pop culture osmosis. In my case, I watched some of the '90s TV Land stuff. So because like Nick at Night we had. So I watched I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, Happy Days was the best one, of course, because of the Fonz.
Yeah.
I never saw any of those, but I did see, not that I remember almost any of it, but I did see the Beverly Hillbillies movie. In the
I
90s.
saw that too.
Yeah, the other one that I really saw a lot was the Brady Bunch.
Yep, Partridge Family as well, because that was on.
Mm-hmm.
For the Nick at Night one, for me, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't have Nick, so like my old show was like I Love Lucy.
I think for me, like for Nick at Night, it was Gilligan's Island. Like I don't know why, just the
Oh man,
shenanigans.
Gilligan's Island was
Yeah.
so good though.
Gilligan's Island.
Get Smart in the
F-Troop.
chat. That was a good one.
F-Troop, I loved F-Troop.
Oh, Get Smart was so good too. It wasn't even.
Oh,
on
Get
Nick at
Smart,
Night.
I got that on DVD.
I saw some Get Smart. That was a good show.
Speaking of shows, apparently the Drew Carey Show is finally getting like a box set finally.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Allison was
That
just
took
talking.
forever.
Allison was just tweeting on Blue Sky about Drew Carey Show. Apparently, things got really weird in its last 2 seasons.
Yeah. And then like in the 90s, like the late 90s, when I would come home from school, like I always had, like I would turn on the TV and the first thing I would see is The Nanny. But that was
show
when
was
I was
alright.
like in middle school and like high school.
The show that I watched like as religiously as I could at night was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think I might have actually seen every episode just on TV.
Oh man, In Living Color was mine.
I think a show that like I used to watch a lot and still enjoy like crazy is Whose Lines Anyway. It's a classic.
Yeah, that one's a blast. The British one's okay. It had its moments. I really like the Drew Carey version though.
So like I get what you're talking about, but like
Let's
they
save
both
these
have their own
vulnerability
flavors, their own flavors of funny kind of thing.
Yeah.
The British comedy it's basically a comedy show. It's a game show, but really it's not. Like, is Would I Lie to You? I freaking love that show.
Oh man, you know what show I really like that everybody tells me is the worst show ever? 8 out of 10 Cats.
I've heard
fucking
good things,
love-
but I've only seen small clips.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 Cats is really good. And then I used to watch Faulty Towers and a bit of Fry and Laurie and Blackadder, obviously.
I have not seen
Well,
those,
a bit of
so I
Fry and
know what
Laurie
they
is
are.
excellent.
Oh man, yeah, a bit of Fry and Laurie is so good.
Benjamin Hall says Mimi and Drew got together and one guy got too dumb.
What the f- What?
One
Yeah,
guy,
that
right?
was weird. It was a weird time.
That seems unlikely at the best of times.
I think my favorite segment of the Drew Carey Show is like when they do like the what do you call it? Like where like things are misplaced in the episode or something like that. Like a random prop is not a prop. A scene is like different than it is or something like that. I forgot what it was called, but like it was like that particular those particular segments of episodes were my favorite. I think they only did it like 2 or 3 times, I want to say. Either way.
I used to also watch QI a lot too.
Almost a roboting? That's not good.
Not familiar with that one.
Quite interesting. It was hosted by Stephen Fry for the longest time. And he
You're sounding okay
it
on
would-
my end.
and then like he would do, so each show, like each season would be a letter. So like season 1 was A, like series 1 was A, series 2 was B, that kind of thing. And if you said the word that they were actually talking about, like the alarms would go off and you'd lose points. It's actually
like
very
Pee Wee
funny.
Herman, like the word of the day.
Yeah, kind of like that, but if you said it, you would lose points, and it was great.
Well, guys, game over. Guess we're not streaming this anymore.
Ah.
Whoopsie.
Glad I saved this earlier. On that note, I need to know the password for more lives. I think we're down to like no lives, and that's why that died there.
Bruined, B-R-U-I-N.
B-R-U-I-N.
Oh man, I loved Adam West Batman. It was so good.
Ah.
Yeah, my parents actually got me the DVDs. I was very excited about that.
I'm restoring the game there because
I'm trying to think of some of the older TV shows that I used to watch. I mean, I used to watch oh shit. Oh man, you know which one I just forgot that I totally now just remembered? Fucking Gunsmoke.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you. There's an old NES game, I think it might be Capcom, called Gun Period Smoke, because they couldn't call it Gunsmoke.
Because of the copyright. That makes sense.
It's like how the old website Screw Attack with one word, because they couldn't call it Screw Attack.
Yeah, I also liked. I also watched a lot of Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
I've seen a few Hitchcock movies, but I've never seen the show.
Proximity mines are useless, and I'm getting rid of them.
I remember like watching a good number of WB, Kids WB, and like Fox Kids TV shows at the time. Power Rangers, of course, being one of them.
We got a super chat.
Oh, go for it.
Oh yeah, it was Manhattan. Do you think it's possible for creator-owned / indie comics to get more recognition from the masses, especially non-superhero comics, even with the big two having a monopoly in the medium?
They tend to get more attention if they have like a whatchamacallit, like a TV show. Like for instance, Invincible, got a lot more traction and a lot more attention, years after it had ended, but thanks to the animated series in particular.
And Sweet Tooth.
Well, the question was about indie comics, though.
Yeah.
Well, Sweet Tooth's not a show.
Invincible, it is not indie.
Yes, it is. It's not the big two. It's Image, but it's still. And that to me is indie.
To me, indie is nothing that has like a distribution.
Yeah.
Image has a distribution. IDW has a distribution. Valiant has a distribution. But that's my perspective.
That's your perspective. My perspective is it's not the big two, because the big two are the ones that everyone knows because of massive pop culture knowledge as a result of being a part of American culture for so long. Superman, Batman, Captain America, that kind of thing.
How about
the last comic that I know that was actually indie and actually got a movie was Nimona.
Yeah,
which was a webcomic.
Yeah, we can both definitely agree that Nimona is pure bred indie. Like no question there.
Cheater when you put in the code?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, said it out loud.
Oh my god, that's funny as fuck.
Well, also I don't know if you noticed, but whenever he does something that would get points, like runs into a hostage or something, the score does not update, but it does say cheater below it.
Yep, in the upper right corner it says cheater there anytime I blow up a ship or anything.
Wow.
And T Elite says, did you see that Haim Saban is getting a comic about him?
Yeah. Saban's not a great guy.
Yeah, no.
It's a shame.
Is that the guy who made Power Rangers?
Yeah, technically. There's a longer story there, but yes, technically.
He's in a large way responsible for Power Rangers.
Gotcha, okay. I don't know, I fell off Power Rangers after Zeo? Or, no.
Yeah. Zeo for me.
And this is one of those
I think it was Zeo.
By the way, regarding indie stuff. Fruity Groovy mentions, like, the original Doom would probably technically be an indie game. It just, like, really, really blew up. Or, like, The Empire Strikes Back, on a technicality, is an indie movie.
On a technicality.
Yeah. It got money from the company with infinite money, but it's technically, like, not a studio movie.
Yeah.
Technically.
Did we already go through here? did. So behind us. Oh. We're going to be calling it quits in the next 15 minutes or so. Ow. So many Hulks. Ow. I mean, at least they're brown Hulks, so they're not shooting the homing missiles.
Mm-hmm.
We're making fun of Cody in the other chat, calling him gay. Because he is.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm allowed to say it. I'm in lesbians with my wife. It's fine.
Oh my god. I have very
Just
strange
like
friends,
whenever-
and I love them all.
Listen, it's just like whenever Matt kisses Coral and I tell them that they're straight. By the way, did you know she's pregnant again?
I did. I heard that.
Yeah, they're having a girl apparently.
How long have they been pregnant for that they know that?
I think she's due in September or August.
So 3 months away. Okay, I can see that then.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like I only heard about the news like last month.
Yeah, Matt told me like 3 months ago when they were first pregnant.
Okay.
And apparently he's moving to Rochester because Coral got a better job.
Oh. Rochester
So
closer? I can't remember. I shouldn't be saying such things because we don't want to accidentally dox ourselves.
I will say it's further than where we go to the Renaissance Fair. But yeah, no, I'm gonna help him. I like
to say like we are usually pretty stringent about not sharing personal details. That's a rule we should really be enforcing.
Yeah, no,
Right.
but I'm helping him. I'm helping him move on at the end of the month. Like I'm helping him load the truck. So, I was promised pizza, so I'll be there.
Pizza, the ultimate motivator of
helping
everything.
friends move. It's the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's the bare minimum.
The bare
But yeah,
necessity.
I'm super excited for them because apparently it's a much better job with much better pay. So
Well,
good
good
for
on them.
Yeah. I told him he was going further out to the country, and he's like, "Yup." And I go, "You're such an asshole."
Okay, there's a thing there. I just went through there. Do I have the
The
yellow
good
key? No, I don't. Okay, so I need to go back in there.
The good news is that Matt is from Boston, so if he doesn't get New York pizza, he's wrong, and he knows that.
Okay, so I do gotta. Okay, so I keep hearing about it, but is New York pizza really that good?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, on the tiebreaker.
New York
so,
pizza.
Yeah.
New York pizza is a style, just like Chicago pizza. And then what is their Michigan? It's not Michigan pizza. What is it?
Detroit style.
Are we now
Detroit style.
violating-
Yeah, they're
Which is
all
what
wrong.
Jets is.
I don't know why. What? Yeah, Detroit style
They're
is
all-
bad. Chicago style is bad. New York style
Oh.
is bad. They are all bad.
I love
They all
Detroit style.
They are all wrong about how a pizza should be.
Okay. We're
One
gonna
is
have
too
this
thin,
out.
one is a
pizza-
soup,
this
and
what a
one is square.
No. Here,
We're
this
gonna
is
have
what
to
a
add a
pizza
new
is.
stream rule.
It has
already
has
have
dough on
a
the
stream
bottom.
roll.
It has dough on the bottom. It has sauce, and it has cheese. That's the bare minimum for pizza.
Needs to be triangular.
Toppings, I don't care.
Pizza
It
slices
needs-
need to be triangular.
Dough,
Listen.
sauce, cheese. That's it. That's the bare minimum for pizza.
Listen.
Well, good for you. You're wrong.
Listen. As a born and bred New Yorker, I can tell you that the way a pizza should be made is you spin the dough in your hand, you put a little bit of sauce, and then you put a fuck ton of cheese, and then you put whatever toppings, whatever, you throw it in the oven, and then when you slice through it, you should be able to fold it like a fucking sandwich so you could walk down the goddamn street.
Did I go full circle? I think I went full circle.
No. I stand by my definition of pizza. Preferences are a different thing. I want some more sauce because I want to taste that there's a reason that there's a sauce on it. But I don't want so much cheese where I bite into it, it slides off into my face, burning my chin.
I don't want a cracker,
I
and I don't want a
prefer-
soup.
I prefer
And I
a pan.
want triangular slices. Damn it!
Yeah, that's New York style is triangular, just so you know.
Yeah, but it's a goddamn slice of paper. It's a cracker. It's so thin.
The reason you do that is so that you walk down the goddamn street so you're not late for your business meeting. That's the whole point.
Yeah, well, pizza shouldn't be eaten like
That's
that.
why we have alarm clocks. You need to plan your time better. You need to plan your time better.
This is a moral imperative right here. I'm gonna lose fans over this pizza argument, but damn it, I'm right.
I'll down this hill. I still prefer pizza from California.
Okay, well you're wrong.
There's apparently a Minnesota-style pizza. I don't even know what the hell the deal is with that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I keep hearing about it, but I don't know what it is.
Like there was advertisements for it, and Vega and I were just baffled when we saw that. I have lived in Minnesota most of my life, and I have never seen a Minnesota-style pizza.
Okay, it's a circular, thin crust pizza cut into squares with spicy sauce and hearty topping.
That's not descriptive enough.
Shouldn't be thin.
Now, if you mean like big lumps of sausage, I can understand that. That's like bar pizza or something like that, cut into squares. I can see that being Minnesota style. I'd say that Minnesota's wrong for doing that, but I think that's their
I just
style.
found a picture of what Minnesota style looks like. I put it in the chat. I don't think that's Minnesota style, but sure.
I'm going to here, and I'm going to Alt Escape, and I'm going to look at this.
No. That is what Minnesota style is.
Well, good. Well, it's wrong, is what it is.
That pizza. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying, like, no, I instantly recognize that the older generation has been trying to push that agenda for a long time, and they're wrong.
The agenda.
Lord AJ Drucken,
no.
pizza's pizza. I don't care what style it is. I'm hungry. No, that's
right.
fair.
There's that too.
That's
the
fair.
Bare minimum definition is one thing, and preferences are another.
Oh yeah, I don't begrudge
Chicago
anyone their
style pizza.
preferences. I'm not mad at you if you have your preferences. I'm just saying that pizza should be a certain way. Damn it.
And I'm also saying Chicago style pizza is wrong because it's a breadstick. It's a cheese stick because you get cheese sticks into sauce, and the sauce is on top of the cheese stick.
This is the stuff you don't get in other streams.
Pizza by definition.
Look.
It's
I'm going to say the exact same thing about Chicago-style pizza that I told Vega and she got mad at me for. I do not want to drown in my goddamn pizza.
Yeah.
Vegan's a big.
I prefer to adjust the amount of sauce that's on my cheese stick.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, Vega is a big proponent of Chicago-style pizza. She loves deep dish. She loves that stuff.
You can like a casserole. That's fine. If I want pizza, I'll get an actual pizza.
Right.
If I want a casserole, I'll get a casserole.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this now. As a future thing that I want to do for myself, I want to travel all across America and try like the best recommended pizza in each state.
Now here is the real question that Zach Fat92 brings up: is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes.
No. It isn't. It's a taco. It's a taco.
It's not a taco.
No. It's a sandwich is something that's sandwiched between two things. Unless you cut the bun all the way through, it's not two things. It's one piece of bread. Unless you break the spine, then it's a sandwich. If it's cradled, it's a pita or a taco.
Here's your title for the week.
If the bread is
Lewis.
If the bread part is cradled, it can't be a sandwich by definition. It's more like a pita.
Okay, New York style dirty dogs are amazing because they're made with ethnic cart water, and you always do that shit.
Oh, that's so gross. I hate that water. I hate boiled hot dogs.
Boiled hot dogs are amazing. I don't know what you're all talking about.
No, they taste like they're boiled and gross.
I mean, honestly, I don't care.
Put it in the
Grilled or
microwave
boiled, I don't give a fuck.
Put it on the microwave or put it on a grill. I will not eat a boiled hot dog.
Okay, so on a grill is good, but microwave, that's still debatable for me personally because, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, microwaved hot dog just, like, is stale in a weird way, but that's just me.
Oh, sure it is, but it's, like, one of the few things you can make when you're a child.
Apparently Benjamin Hall says that Fess is wrong about hot dogs.
No, by definition, sandwich needs to be something that's between two pieces of something. That's how something becomes sandwiched. If
it's sandwiched between two hot
one
buns. Because it's like a split bun.
It's laying within the bun. It's not unless it's cut all the way through and there's two distinct pieces of bread.
I got myself in that one.
It's not a sandwich.
I'm gonna weigh in here because I haven't been talking in a while because that pizza conversation was fucking miserable. But I'm actually gonna side with Fez on this one because let me put it this way: anytime you grab anything in your hand when you pick up an object, you don't say it's sandwiched in your hand.
You know what? That's a good point. All right, you've sold me. So hot dogs or tacos then?
I can make a whole podcast about all of this, and I invite all of you to be on my new podcast. Why I'm right and you're wrong. That's what the title's.
Oh, that was the title of every podcast.
I know it is, isn't it?
I love my friends. I absolutely love my friends, and I am so glad they decided to spend their time with me.
Wait, so is it a hamburger or a sandwich, though? Because somebody asked in the chat if hamburger is a sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I believe so, yes, actually, that one, because it's technically short for a hamburger sandwich.
I don't know if an avocado is a fruit or a vegetable, but I do know that a pumpkin is a fruit, and I know that, what is it? Something's a berry.
Yeah, banana is a berry.
Bananas are a berry.
Avocado is a fruit.
Is corn grass?
Is corn grass?
Corn grass.
Most things we eat are actually fruits. There is no such thing as a vegetable.
Put grass and straw.
Just do it.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a vegetable. It's just a nutritional category we made up. Because you subdivide what we call vegetables into other things like tubers, leaves, root, things like that. So most of like the juicy things that we eat are like tomato.
Mayonnaise is disgusting and deserves to be off the face of the planet.
Agreed.
On one hand, you are correct, but on the other hand, like any category we have made up.
Well, no, scientifically, fruit is a thing. Scientifically, vegetable isn't a thing. Just like technically, there's no such thing as a fish. Like going through like the actual biological tree of life and things like that. There's technically no thing that is a fish. It's just it's a generalized, accepted sort of colloquialism that gets fuzzy around the edges.
They try to make things easier on ourselves. I'm getting my ass kicked right now.
It's all very interesting if you really get down to the nitty-gritty.
I think I might be able to finish this level before we call it quits for the night.
I'm still trying to figure out a question about have I ever tried an air fried hot dog? And I don't think I've ever had it.
I have not. Then again, I haven't done a lot of fried things. That being said, on vacation they brought an air fryer with them, and they fried a bunch of stuff up. Have you ever tried fried Oreos?
Yes, they're amazing.
Yes, they're decadent and delicious. Do not do it with mint Oreos. It confuses the palate.
Yeah, I remember when I was at college.
You gotta do it with regular Oreos or double stuff.
Have deep fried Oreos and stuff. It's interesting.
Oh no, my wife comes in on occasion and she'll be like, Crimson, did you know that this is not actually a fruit? And I will literally put my head in my hands and I go, Spiri, what is it? Please tell me.
Now the real fun is when I made a mistake with vegan. She'd never let me live it down. When I said an apple was a citrus fruit.
Oh, honey, no.
What?
Rip.
Wow.
So if you eat apples on a ship, you won't get scurvy?
Exactly.
That's not how that works.
That is not how that works, and I made that mistake.
Did you know that a peanut is neither a pea? A peanut is neither a pea nor a nut?
Discuss.
That is true.
That's why I'm allergic.
True.
That's why I'm allergic to it.
It is a legume.
It's a legume.
That's why I'm allergic to tree nuts, but I can have peanuts because peanuts are not tree nuts; they are a legume.
What an odd little world we live in.
You can have peanuts, but you don't want big dick.
No, I'm a lesbian. I thought we went over this.
God damn, I feel like the Red Hulks are stronger.
Like, I used to prefer the salted peanuts, but now it's just kind of like it's too much for the regular ones, or the natural ones you unshell are just like the best ones.
Oh yeah, no, I actually like unshelling the peanuts at like Five Guys when I go there on
I was
occasion.
gonna mention Five Guys. Yeah, they give you the big like scoop and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
I am so sick of the Red Hulks!
No, Fedmon, that is not correct. Alex, oh, he's not here. No, my wife is never wrong. I am always wrong, but my wife is never wrong.
Okay, go down here.
My favorite fair food.
Mini donuts.
Probably.
For me,
Yeah, I
anyway.
was gonna say either mini donuts or those chocolate chip cookies that come in the pail
Like
that
the
we get
wax.
every year.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it goes through here. Yes, I actually memorized this area well. Okay.
Nicely done.
Does the double down count as a sandwich? No, it counts as a Neil Green movie.
It's
Are you still getting shot at? Yeah, you're still getting shot at.
Yeah, the
Maybe
thing's
not.
supposed to
I
blow
get
up
it.
all four shoots at him. It's a pain in the ass.
Okay, where the hell am I going?
Insane.
Easy map, no problem.
Actually, we could easily create a YouTube show that's specifically a round table that just argues stupid technical definitions of food.
Alex Stravinsky, say the thing that you always say about me.
So it's actually behind me and up.
Yeah, that round table thing sounds like something I'd be like, oh man, like a debate on things that I kind of care about. Sounds interesting, and I promise you, I would be checked out in the first 15 minutes.
Oh no, I have a way of making people upset, so you'll be engaged.
No, but that's the thing, though. It's like the pizza conversation where everybody's trying to like, no, but we hear what I have to say, and I'm just fucking miserable. I just want to leave.
No, it's a lot easier in person than over
There we go.
faceless, because then you,
Oh,
because the point would be more so comedic versus like actual, and so
There you
and
go.
then you
Yep,
play
that's
off of
it.
each other.
All hail Crimson,
Hey!
he's never wrong.
hooray!
Hey, now you're done, right?
Nope.
Yeah, that was
victory.
good timing.
That's it. That's the end of the game,
Well,
right?
end of the level at the very least, and end of the end of the stream. I think I'm gonna save here in a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
God,
get
more. Oh, it's another Vulcan thing. Awesome. Cool. Armed with lasers or missiles can't be a serious threat. Okay, well, it says armed with lasers, but that looks like a Gatling gun on the front.
It says lasers or missiles.
It doesn't like
Saturn
this
orbit. PTFC headquarters. Methane mine on Hyperion moon. Critical infestation climbing. Purge mine and report in from orbit.
If it's a methane mine, shouldn't you like not be shooting lasers in it?
Probably not.
And plasma especially.
Okay, let's go.
All right, I'm saving, and I'm calling it a night here.
Okay, so we're calling this episode Descent into Food Wars, right?
Probably, yeah. All right, well, I want to thank you all for joining me on another exciting stream. We spent a lot of it talking about very important topics that really do matter in the world today. And as always, check out the Atop the Fourth Wall store, Envy. I want to thank all my wonderful guests, Eliza and Zen, who had to leave. Crimson, of course.
Yeah, I'm here. Tuesday night, we're doing more Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, and Lotus is going to watch me fail spectacularly at it.
Hooray.
Thank you, Fez.
No problem.
Thank you, Lotus Prince.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'll be streaming tomorrow night at 10 Eastern. I'm going to be doing Suikoden 5, where we really seem to be getting into the main game now. I'll be doing Wednesday night for patrons. We're getting toward the end of Onimusha 3. And I'll be doing Friday night for everyone. We're getting sort of toward Endgame of the Messenger. And stay tuned, starting on Tuesday, I'm going to be releasing daily Let's Play episodes of Deadly Premonition 2.
And finally, thank you, Xandru.
So for this week, I will have two streams, one on Twitch, one on YouTube. For the Twitch, I will do an art stream. And on Friday, I'll be playing Doom: The Dark Ages. I have not played it yet. I got it, but like I have not done anything with it yet. Also, title idea: Big Dick's Pizza Hot Dog. Or, I don't know.
Big Dick's Pizza Hot Dog.
I don't know.
Rolls right off the tongue. Perfect.
Rolls right off there. I want to play Doom: The Dark Ages. I can't afford Doom: The Dark Ages right now. Buy my merch so that I can afford to buy and play Doom: The Dark Ages. Cause my friend Tia over in the Science Squad, they played a bit of it, and oh my god, you get in a mech. You get in a mech and you smash demons, and I want to play Doom. I want to play Doom.
Doom guy is a Power Ranger. You can't tell me otherwise.
I'm looking forward to it when I actually do play it. But thank you all for joining in. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of the evening. We'll be back next week with more Descent. And, of course, look out this week for Invincible Volume 3. Y'all have yourselves a good night.
Bye, people.
Bye.